hope we all can hear after that. Oh my goodness, thanks, Rich. This is very humbling, despite the fact that I totally love it. Maybe some of you have probably heard how I think that there's a connection between great advertising and vandalism, between Sega and Smashing Pumpkins and Got Milk and waxing car windows in Rhode Island. I hope you didn't live there at that time. Like vandalism, you've got to look forward to what's going to happen when the world sees the thing you're making. That's what's exciting. Make it loud in your face and have it still there the next day when you walk to school. It's awesome. That's what we're doing. How did I find other people that were into this? Well, my family tolerated me. My wife Jen and my daughter Nina are here tonight. I can't. And occasionally they like the stuff that we've made and the way we acted, but not always. I can't even begin to thank the many people who have loved and nurtured us over the years, encouraged us to be idiots. I thank you all for your embrace of the bolt cutters and the acetylene torches that we put out into the world, and this includes my clients. I hope we did not hurt your careers. Out of the thousands of advertising offices in the world, you think about how, with hundreds of people in them sometimes, somehow Andy Berlin is here tonight somewhere. I'd like to give him a hand. Be careful if you talk to him. Andrew knows what I mean. Somehow, Andy Berlin, Rich Silverstein, and I found ourselves at Hal Riney's Ogilvy and Mather. It was like 30 people in total. And we were expected to do the best work in the world with 30 people. This is a feeling that you should all have sometimes. It's a great feeling. Riney, of course, was an intimidating tyrant. And on the day that we had decided to quit, Rich and I were still in the agency. Andy had left. And Rich, if you know Rich, he was coming to my office going, let's go quit, let's go quit, let's go quit. And I'm like a procrastinator. So I would find stuff to do, Let's go quit. You'd be at the window. Let's go quit. So finally about 5 o'clock, I put it all off. 5 o'clock, Rich was still out there, let's go quit. We went down to Ronnie's office, very intimidating character. Took a big drag on a cigarette and said, well, it brings you boys in here. And Rich said, tell him. That's a true story. Rich has supported me in a lot of silly stuff, even when I could tell he didn't like certain things all that much. He's the quickest, most assured opinion you'll ever find. It's up or down. He's like a human pregnancy test. Yeah. Yes. Am I doing it? You like it so far? But he has a white light of pure creativity. He loves creativity. He told me the other day he wouldn't keep working if creativity were not a big part of this business and it wasn't important in the world. But I have to ask tonight whether our business or the world values and especially knows how to charge for creativity. This is an issue. On my account, people are like, what's this gonna be? That same Al Rennie once said to me, we have lots of smart people, but only the creative department can turn $1 into 20. I actually think all of our departments these days are capable of doing that. But whether we can get 20 bucks for it anymore is a different story. Our industry, in this way, is kind of broken. We've not found a way to adequately encourage and bill for the things that make us more than just vendors, more than just listers of RTBs, more than just a number on the stock exchange. You can call these hard to describe things creativity, but I think they're more like things, I prefer to say they're the things that if your family, if your friends, if the people you know, if your kids can think it up, then you shouldn't do it. You should do something more than that if you can. You do something unusual that's different. These are the things that reach out into the world, and in seconds, you make somebody else think, oh, those guys get me. They understand me. They know why they know how I think about this thing. Is that effect still important? I think it is, but it's something of an arbitrary choice. It costs money, and we all exasperatingly know that bad advertising sometimes works. I've done that. Thank God it worked when I did it. But is it worth paying a premium for the good stuff? David Ogilvy spent a life, I worked for David. I was an Ogilvy and Mather guy. Loved that. Spent a lifetime collecting data to prove that creativity matters, that it changes things, and God bless him wherever he is. If you want to tell him he's wrong, go do it. I'm not gonna be with you. You don't want to tell David that. But there's another argument for making things people welcome and seek out, and it's an environmental argument. It tends to make a world of commerce that we don't mind our children living in. It makes the internet funnier, more educational, if that's possible, and it makes live sports really fun and profitable, those two things are very important to me. And as David Ogilvy would prove to you, great stuff can turn $1 into at least 10, maybe not 20. So that's my plea tonight for everyone, from the junior creatives to the networks and the corporate procurement. No more fees and commissions. Find new and better ways to pay for creativity that take into account effectiveness and growth. Hold us to that. Hold us to that. Don't pay us if we don't do that. Again, in my account, people are like, oh my God, let's get out of here. And in the process, weirdly, we could make a commercial environment our kids will actually be enriched to live in. Thank you. Thanks for this. It's great.